What's success, Success in our society is measured largely by how much money you have or what kind of car you drive and how big your house is. But I have none of those things. But that doesn't make me a failure, does it? During my early adolescence, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, I went through a few changes, and there was something missing in my relationship with my wife. She had other goals in life, like my passion was to work with the poor. She ended up leaving and got a job in the city, and she left me with the kids. And I had to work several jobs to have enough money to pay the mortgage and everything. My kids started to rag school, so they started to use drugs and do break and enters to get money and stuff. While I was trying to work, I was flat out trying to work and keep the family functioning. During that period, when my daughter turned 16, she got pregnant with a local young dude and had a little girl. Because of her drugs, she couldn't look after us, so I ended up, with the care of Hayley. That's my granddaughter. I was also trying to study part-time. In the end, I couldn't keep it up. Everything just collapsed. But I met some Christians and they became friends. So I started to go to their church and I ended up becoming a Christian. That had a big effect on my life, how Jesus cared for the poor. So I decided I wanted to follow that path. When I became a Christian, I had a really powerful experience of being born again. As I read the Bible, I used to study it every day, I'd read it on the way to work. When I read about Jesus and the disciples, how he was teaching them and how they lived together, where people helped each other and worked together, share food together, they'd share everything they had. I thought that was a great model for life. My whole life journey has been to try and find ways to express of giving to the poor, relating to the poor. The whole idea of services for men didn't exist. Things I came up with was men's health as a workshop. I think it was the first one in Australia. The question was, why do men die younger than women? We found that there was a lifestyle choice behind it that you could do something about. I thought, okay, so what am I going to do with all this, stuff that I've found out? And I started to talk to people in some of these communities about what their interests were and so on. And then from all that, I packaged that together and came up with the idea of the men's shed. And that's how that developed. The men's shed took a long time to get that off the ground about 10 years, but I kept at it until it happened. And then when it did start to happen, I felt a sense of achievement. Men can gather and do activities together. They've got workshops where they can do woodwork and one for metalwork, and just come on a day that suits them. At the end of the day, they feel that they've achieved something. A lot of guys, they're living in a small unit in a town or apartment or something, and they don't have that space, So this was filling in that gap. So I think that's largely why it's resonated with a lot of men. Men's sheds have become popular, and they've spread all over the world now. I've failed in my life. I haven't achieved the things I wanted to. My work gave me some meaning in my life, that I had a reason to get up in the morning and I could make a difference to someone else's life. Some of the guys, before they had the shed, they were stuck at home, nothing to do, they were bored, and they were depressed. My training in psychology, I've done counselling training, and the pastoral ministry training give me a way of understanding how to relate to people so that they can open up and start to find somewhere in their life, that gives them strength. A disaster can happen to anybody and knock you off your feet, so no one's immune, no matter who you are. Don't be kind of too surprised if something does happen, don't let it destroy you, and don't feel that you've failed or that life has come to an end. But hold fast to the things that you do believe in. It's an opportunity to discover more about yourself, about the things that are important to you. Keep that hope alive and keep working for what you believe in. Might end up being even more fulfilling than you could have imagined.